This bottle of Blanton's is something every bourbon enthusiast is trying to find. But should it be? Today we're going to be going over the top 10 bottles every new bourbon collector should be adding to their collection. But who am I to be offering my opinion? Listen, fair question. But as someone that's been into collecting bourbon for just about a year, I've made my fair share of mistakes. And if I had to do it all again tomorrow, these are the bottles that I'd recommend to every single new bourbon drinker. Now, these aren't going to be the hardest bottles in the world to find. Most of them are actually pretty available and fairly easy to find. But a few of them, once you get the hang of hunting, you'll find them. Starting things off at number 10, it's actually a bottle that's very, very easy to find, but it's well worth adding to your selection. As a new bourbon drinker, I picked it up. I'm talking about the Russell's Reserve 10-year. I mean, what's not to like about it? It's a 10-year-old bourbon from the folks over at Wild Turkey. It's your quintessential bourbon. Amazing notes of caramel, a good amount of oak. The first time I tasted it, it was kind of like a dual layer thing. It's a fantastic pour. And it's only gonna run you about 40 bucks. You really, really can't go wrong. Next up on the list, coming in the 9-hole, depending where you live, you should be able to snag this one fairly easy. I'm talking Frey Ranch. For about 45 or so bucks, you get a taste of some really quality craft bourbon out of Nevada. Just a fantastic pour, some very, very nice basic bourbon flavors. It's sweet, it's approachable, it's delightful, truthfully. You can change it up a little bit if you want to and get the uncut version. It does raise the price a little bit if you want to add a little bit more complexity, flavor, and things like that. It's a great all-around option and I highly recommend this bottle. Next up at number 8, if you're into bourbon, you should know what I'm talking about. I'm talking the Smoke Eye Hill Barrel Proof. Now listen, this one can be a little bit pricier. But if you hunt for a good deal, you can find it on sale sometimes. I mean, I think I snagged this buck for somewhere around 65 bucks or so. And man, is it good. It's a blue corn bourbon aged for about 5 years. And man, is this one good. I mean, it was called the Stag Killer. You really can't go wrong with it. It's out of this world. Layers and layers of flavor and complexity. It can be a little hot though if you aren't used to barrel proofs, but it's just so freaking good, man. Sweetness galore, brown sugars out of this world, a little tiny bit of spice personally, and the finish, man, the mouthfeel, it's just incredible. It's a really, really well-rounded pour, and I highly, highly recommend you add this one to your collection. Heading right into the number 7 spot, you know I'm doing it. I'm talking Weller Special Reserve. Listen, I know Buffalo Trace gets some flack because some of their bourbons are actually pretty hard to find. But when you find them, you really can't beat the price. I mean, if you're in a state that actually has good distribution, it's a good bridge into wheated bourbons and it's one of the best bangs for your bucks. Each bottle of this is only going to cost you $27 to $40. And there's just loads of flavor. I mean, it's nothing insane, please don't get me wrong, but like, you know, it's just so good. Tons of caramel and sweetness. Please don't pay some of the insane secondary prices I've seen for it, at least here in California. I mean, I walked into the store the other day and I saw this bottle priced at $150. But it's your classic wheated bourbon, sweet, approachable. It's a 90 proofer. Tons and tons of caramel in those basic wheat flavors. It's a fantastic bang for your buck. And that's gonna lead me straight into number 6 on the list. Now in the 6th spot, I could have gone a ton of different directions. I mean, up to this point, I have a good range of everything. But you know I had to do this. We're talking the newest release from Heaven Hill, Old Fitzgerald 7-year bottled in bond. This is the newest shelf-stable release from Old Fitzgerald and Heaven Hill. MSRP on this one's right around the $65 to $70 price point. And honestly, it is such a great offering from the folks over at Heaven Hill. I mean, I love this pour. It's honey graham crackers galore. It's so sweet, approachable. The 100 proof fits it just right. I mean, plus the bottle looks incredible. I mean, it's just gonna pop out on any shelf. I truly can't recommend this one enough. I mean, I've even seen it on the shelf for as low as 50 bucks. Please, though, just don't support secondary prices on this one. It will be shelf stable. You will find it. Please be patient. You'll find it, and you'll love it when you add it to your collection. Now is where things get a little bit interesting. I've gone through the top 5, and I really could have gone in 100 different directions with this one. Well, not 100. I don't have that many bottles, but I mean, this one was just kind of a no-brainer. And, you know, on to the top 5. In the 5 hole, I also have another offering from Heaven Hill. But this one is absolutely incredible. I'm not talking the Elijah Craig Toasted or the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Those are some really, really great offerings. I'm talking the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Rye. The first ever release of this just came out towards the end of last year, and I was very fortunate to pick one up. Coming in at about $75 to $80. I think mine cost about $79. This is their first ever barrel proof rye release, so I can't speak on future releases of this. This batch in particular, A925, is out of this world good. It actually just won Whiskey of the Year to my knowledge. It's a rye, but it's a barely legal rye. That means it only has 51% rye in its mash bill, so it's pretty much a bourbon, a high rye bourbon, but it's technically a rye. It's aged for a little bit over 12 years, and this thing is so freaking good. I personally get like a mint red fruit bomb, and the mouthfeel, honestly, probably one of the best in my entire selection. If you see this bottle in particular, I beg you to try it. It is so, so good. Now is where things get a little interesting, right? Top 5, we already have a Whiskey of the Year contender. This one might get a little bit of flack for this one, but coming in at the 4 spot, this is honestly just one of the best looking bottles on any selection. I might get some flack for it in the comment section, but honestly, it's just too classic to not have in a new drinker's top 10. And I really do believe it deserves to be as high as this on the list. I'm talking, you guessed it, the Blanton's Single Barrel. Listen, off the juice alone, this is a really good bourbon. It's not insanely good, and it certainly won't knock your socks off as much as that Elijah Craig Rye, but I mean, we're collectors, right? At the heart and at the core of it, face it, this bottle's iconic, right? Everyone starting off wants to hunt a bottle of Blanton's. It's just a good, simple bourbon. Some of the bottles I pick up, personally, I get a ton of red fruits, floral, sometimes even a really, really good grape note like I find on a lot of Buffalo Trace products. I mean, it's a great bottle for this selection. Friends who aren't super into bourbon or whiskey will come over and want to try it. It's a fantastic gift, though it's harder to find depending where you live. But I will die on the hill that it deserves a place on this list. And now we enter the top 3. And I could have gone in a lot of different directions for this, right? I could have gone with some harder bottle to find, like a Weller Antique, or, you know, so many other offerings. But at number 3, it is also from the Buffalo Trace family. And in the 3 hole, I'm talking about my baby right here, the Eagle Rare 10-year. Maybe it's just my palate, right? But this is just one of the best bottles that I've ever had. Not in the sense that it blew me away, but I've never had a bad bottle of this. It's one of my, quote, daily pours, and I don't drink daily, but it's just a fantastic bottle. You can always find it, at least where I live, for around 50 bucks. It's a really good semi-complex pour. Listen, right? Like, I get loads of caramel, and I personally, on the bottles that I've been having recently, I get a huge grape note on a lot of these. They're just fantastic, and for $50, you really can't beat it. I mean, Buffalo Trace does a fantastic job, one of the best in the industry, at keeping prices reasonable, well, at MSRP. Let's not get into the scarcity and secondary conversation with Buffalo Trace, but if you find their products at MSRP, they're all very, very reasonably priced. And Eagle Rare 10 is no different. This bottle, 100,000%, is something that any new bourbon drinker should be hunting for. Up to this point, we've had a great variety of pours. Like I told you, I don't want this list to be super hard allocated bottles. Otherwise, I would have, just like I just said, put on Weller Antique, Jack Daniel's 10-year, 12-year, 14-year. You know, and I really had to like think about this pretty logically, right? In the final two spots, I have one bottle that's a shelfer and another one that you will actually need to hunt a little bit. But honestly, it's the best bottle I have in my entire selection over the past year. Coming in at number 2, you wouldn't have guessed this one. I'm talking the Jack Daniel's Heritage Toasted Barrel. I mean, this was honestly in my running for Whiskey of the Year, and it's just absolutely incredible. It's complex, it's approachable, it's sweet. I get loads and loads of marshmallow toast and vanilla custard. The mouthfeel on it coming in at the proof that it does is just insane. And for around $50 to $70, depending where you live, what store you go into, it's just out of this world good. It drinks way above its price point. It's honestly one of the best bang for your bucks I've had to this point. But, you know, a lot of people give Jack Daniels and they turn their head because of, you know, old number 7. But number 7 is a fantastic mixer, and it's actually an okay pour for what it is. But the stuff they're doing down in Lynchburg, wow. I mean, Jack Daniel's single barrel products are just some of the best on the market. I've put some of them in blinds with some friends, and it always seems to win. I can't describe it. They don't mess around on there, and the Heritage Barrel does not miss. It's no different, and that's why it's deserving of my number 2 spot on the list. Now here's where things get interesting. I told you number 1 would be, you gotta hunt a little bit, right? But it's a hunt worth every single second of it. Coming in at the number 1 spot, I'm talking Stag. I've been pretty fortunate this year. I've been able to find 3 bottles of Stag this year. 2 of them at MSRP. One of them I did pay secondary a little bit, about $130. But, you know, I've been able to get the 24C, 25B, and 25C respectively. I did give the 25B to my brother in Ohio because it's a state-controlled, and it's just very, very, very hard to get. So this one does take a little bit of a search. You can't just walk into your average store on a Monday night, and this one's just probably not going to be on the shelf, you know, unless they do have it for those secondary or insane prices I've seen for this thing. But I'll tell you what, this is by far the best bottle on my shelf. The batches do vary a little bit, but it's just sweet, complex. Various batches, you get a little bit more proof. I personally get a ton of chocolate notes on these, and you know, it's just a pour that if you find it at MSRP, it's only gonna run you about $65, but it genuinely does feel like I'm drinking like a $200 bottle. It's just that freaking good, and I highly, highly, highly recommend this bottle right here. It just pops out on the shelf. No, it's not George T. No, it's not, whatever. But this $65 bottle genuinely tastes like I'm drinking a $200 plus bottle every single time. It's just that freaking good. And that's why it's really so hard to find. Well, there you have it. Those are the top 10 bottles I'd recommend any new bourbon or whiskey drinker to pick up or hunt after, right? Like, there's a little bit of variety, some good, easy to find pours, and a few of them like the Stag that you gotta kind of hunt a little bit for, right? Like, that's just kind of part of the game. That's what we all enjoy. That's why we're all here. I hope you all enjoyed my first ever YouTube video on the channel. Please let me know what you guys thought about it and what you would have changed on my list. Maybe your list is a little bit different than mine. You know, I'm personally really, really enjoying my whiskey journey. And yeah, that's it. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.